my 2-year relationship, we took on more traditional roles. I would make dinner for him, and like I'd wake up early and make him coffee and stuff, and I learned to like trust him and listen to him, but it wasn't because he was like, obey me, go do this for me, like I'm telling you what to do. It was more like he would give me a suggestion and I'd be like, actually I don't think I'm gonna do that, I think I'm gonna do my own thing. But sometimes I would end up messing up and I'd be like, maybe I should have listened. And then that would keep happening until I learned to trust his opinion. And so I was just like, you know what? Oh, like, yeah, you're kind of usually right. Like, so I think I'll just listen to it. And obviously, like.
Oh, perfect. He had to trick you into submission.
No, it's
great. Right? Well,
no,
okay.
It's not
maybe
sad,
some women like to be tricked into submission.
Manipulated.
Right?
It's not a trick,
I'm
though.
secretly submitting, but in reality, I'm going, no, I'm not going to submit. F off, even though I'm telling you that I'm going to.
Well,
and then when I just fail over and over and over, well, then I learned that I'm incompetent and so therefore should listen to you. That does not sound awesome to me. That sounds awful to me, and I would rather pull my teeth out with a pair of pliers than deal with a woman that I had to trick into submission. That sounds terrible.
Wait, so you think that it's not okay to make mistakes?
No, I didn't say it's not okay to make mistakes.
Well, that's what you're
But
implying,
you,
right?
no,
You
I
didn't
think
say
that you tricked. You said that you had an agreement with this guy that you were going to do the things that he said.
No. There was no agreement.
Yes,
There's
hang
no
on,
agreement.
hang on. Then you can correct. You said he'd tell you to do something, and you'd say okay, but then you secretly wouldn't really do it.
No.
You would secretly resist it.
You're
And then you do it
misunderstanding
your
the
own way, and then when you
situation.
fucked it up, he'd come in and be like, oh, you fucked that up. And he went, yeah. And so over time, you started to listen to him. What did I get wrong there?
You get wrong that we had an agreement and that I was...
And what was the agreement, that you were going to listen to him?
No, there's no agreement. It was more just like consulting me on like,
There
I
was
would come to him
agreement.
for advice.
What? How do you say if there was an agreement, and then in the next... So there was no
I don't
agreement?
recall saying there's an agreement. I just said we took on traditional roles like slowly, and it's not because
Well,
he
what was
told
the-
me to. There's no agreement. We were just dating. It's just nice. I like taking care of him.
Well, you just said there was an agreement.
I know
No,
what you're
no.
trying to say, that you learned during the relationship
Yeah,
that it
yeah.
was
I mean,
rewarding to listen to him.
right,
But I
like-
think what Andrew is saying is like a lot of men don't want like a woman that is going to be like a small child that needs to be taught to listen and trust a partner. That can
Yeah,
be
I don't want to
quite-
have to roll up a newspaper and smack you on the nose, right? And be like, no.
Well-
I don't want to have to roll up a newspaper and be like, no.
But I
Bad
have
girl.
sympathy
Don't
for
do
you
that.
because
Right? That sounds awful.
if you've never maybe I'm not going to make any assumptions, but from my own experience, if you've not had like a fantastic father figure that puts that trust
That's
into
what I wanna-
you,
that's
it
what I
can be
wanted to say.
difficult when you go into a relationship to go, well, why should I listen to this person? But you also want a man who's going to be, this gladiator that's going to protect you. But if you were, with a soldier and he said do this, you would obey. But if you're with a man, you want him to protect you and provide for you, but you also don't want to obey him.
Yeah.
It's just...
So I have a question for you. If a man tells you to go just like jump off a bridge and you're like, I'm an
Oh my
obedient
god, this
wife,
is out of context.
Like would you
Yeah,
listen
no,
But
to
then
this?
this is like the
Can I-
bad thing.
can I
This is like
answer you?
under-
I know this is like-
I wanted to say something.
Order
I think
on
that's
the
a
panel.
jump, like a
Calm
big
down.
jump to go
Hang
from
on,
this topic to
Wait.
the next one.
hang on.
Yeah.
Hang on. Arlena. No, I'm sorry. Is it Kydra? Is that your name? Kydra?
Kybra.
Kybra?
Yeah, it's like Kai and bra. Kybra.
Y'all have these fucking goofy names. But anyway, Kybra, go ahead and finish your point. Your point was to say that what if a guy asked you to jump off a bridge, right?
Well, the point I was trying to make is that these weren't things that were like he was asking me to do for him. It was me coming to him, or like let's say like it's like, oh, should I get this orange or should I get this like cara orange or this orange? He says get the cara or like I don't know. It's something very like small, but I just learned to trust him, and I don't know where the father figure thing comes up. Like if someone gives you bad advice, then you're not gonna want to learn to like
Can I
follow
say
that
something?
advice. But if someone consistently gives you good advice, then you're gonna be like, yeah, this guy has good advice. I'll listen to this advice.
Well, yeah, to answer
Can
your
I-
question, if
I
my
wanna-
boyfriend told me to jump off a cliff, I would trust him and do it because it would probably be like the right thing. Like, there's a bear behind us and there's a trampoline below us.
Oh my God.
What the
Can I say
So,
something,
no,
please?
but what your question was.
Not even my
Guys,
dog would
jump
do
off
that.
Okay, I want to say
Tell me to
something.
jump off a cliff, I would, because it would probably be the right advice.
This is every man's
Well,
fantasy.
because I know what you mean when you ask that question. You're not trying to. It's not a stupid question. It's like, well, would you trust him blindly? Is what you're asking.
I know,
and
but let's say
I
this
would
wasn't a
trust
safe
him blindly.
Can I answer you, please?
Yeah.
Well, it's not black and white, okay?
Yeah.
If you're a real woman and you are passionate about the relationship and about having kids and get married and be with your man with everything, and it's rock solid, strong.
Yeah.
So even if you have the little obstacle or a problem, you're not gonna say, "Oh, I don't want to be with him. I'm getting divorced," and you're not gonna think about the kids first. Okay? If you have a real relationship, right? And no matter what gonna comes in your way, the relationship and the kids and the family is gonna come first.
Well,
now,
no, it's actually easier. So it's
Well,
like,
obvi-
here's my answer to this.
but wait, let me finish my point.
Yeah, go ahead.
Andrew.
Go ahead.
Um,
Make your points a little
okay,
briefer if you can.
okay. And she said, no, are you gonna jump off the cliff? No, of course not. If you're with a man that protects you and love you, he's not gonna let you do crazy things, not jump off the cliff, and he's not gonna put you out
That's
there.
what I'm saying. Once
But-
you know and trust them, yes, listen
But
to them.
it's
But
not
when you're
even- wait,
first
let me finish
starting
my
the
point.
relationship,
It's
But
not
this is
e-
the problem.
it's not
this
even-
is the problem with the secular perspective.
Let me finish
This
my-
is the
Sorry,
like,
sorry.
and even her perspective here, I disagree with, right? So.
No,
this
but
is
my
the
point
issue.
is that you
Look,
don't-
I'm sorry that I cut in and I'm cutting you off. I'm sorry that I interrupted your interruption. I'm sorry about that. But I would like to just briefly cut in here and answer your question. You're talking about a value structure. So as we were tangling on this, me and let me see. I think I didn't get your name. British chick. What's your name?
Ruby.
On the right. What is it?
Ruby.
Ruby, okay. So the reason I was laughing when you said the bridge jumping thing is because commands or things like this or obeyance has to comport with reason, which is why the value structure of the two people being compatible is what's necessary. So I don't even know how I would navigate a relationship with a secular atheist, for instance, but from a Christian paradigm, the value set is the same. Meaning they're going to know what comports with reason, because if you give them some type of command, which is to sin or something like this, they're not obligated to obey such a command because it no longer comports with reason, right?
Okay.
So that's how you can associate the value sets with the commands, and how you know whether or not it's okay for someone to ask you to jump off a bridge onto jagged rocks, right? I don't think it's any more complex than that.
okay.
Now, I'm sorry that I cut in, Sheena. Go ahead, Sheena.
Okay.
Go ahead. The
This
floor
guy
is
You know,
yours.
I agree with you most of the time, 99%. No, I wanted to say that it's naturally. Things happen naturally. It's not like black and white. You're not going to come and make a plan. Oh, if he's doing this, I'm doing this. It's not a transactional way of thinking. Things happen naturally. You love someone, you want to do for them, even if sometimes you don't like to do the things. And that's it. It's not like you do this, I do that. You're not calculating. You're not in a relationship to calculate 24/7. You literally just go with the flow and give. The whole point in life, when you're in a relationship, it's first to give and not to take.
Yeah.
When you're in this paradigm, everything is easier. But
Yeah, I agree.
unfortunately, here I see a lot of people who just want to take. That's why they lose their values.
All right, we have got booped.